Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. So, I didn't say this last night, but thank you to each and every one of you who love this YouTube channel so much. Everybody keeps on subscribing to this YouTube channel because of a video the YouTube algorithm promotes every single night that I'm unaware of. I simply upload these videos with a thumbnail and a description and some hashtags because I have to. And the YouTube algorithm, for some reason, keeps promoting these videos, and you guys find them amongst 500 Descendants and Zombies thumbnails and videos that are uploaded to the YouTube platform within the course of 24 hours. I don't promote these videos because I don't believe in promoting them. I believe in growing a YouTube channel organically, which means real people hitting the subscribe button because they want to hit the subscribe button. I don't believe in fake subscribers or bots. And I believe, self-promoting the YouTube channel the way that you want to create your YouTube channel and the way you want to promote it and distribute it. And I can't thank you guys enough for making this the most popular Descendants and Zombies themed YouTube channel on the internet today. To this very day, I have 2,685 subscribers, etching ever closer to 3,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, I just want to put it out there that you are more than welcome to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You are more than welcome to share your opinion on Zombies and Descendants content. I think a lot of Descendants and Zombies fans would appreciate your input and would appreciate you subscribing to this YouTube channel because you get lost on YouTube every night. It's very easy to get lost on YouTube. It's just as easy to get lost on YouTube as it is in the woods of berry picking because there are so many videos about Descendants and Zombies that deceive a lot of people. Just the other night there was a really creepy video with the thumbnail of the Mad Hatter making the rounds on YouTube, and I wanted to put it out there that video was a video that you shouldn't watch. And there's a lot of videos of Descendants and Zombies that you shouldn't watch. You guys have deserved better for far long enough on YouTube. And I want to give that to you as a YouTube creator. So that's why I created this YouTube channel. 7.5 years ago, when I had recorded my final podcast and hung up the headset, I looked at my co-host. He said, "We'll see you in a couple of years," after I said I wanted to go home. I wanted to make the decision to retire from radio. But for some reason, you guys fell in love with me and my content. You made me the voice of Descendants and Zombies, and I can't thank you enough. And let me just say this. It has been an honor and a privilege to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies for what feels like forever for each and every one of you, really the voice of Disney. I guess there's just something about my voice and the way that I offer my critique opinions about Descendants and Zombies and narrate it for you guys. If it wasn't my voice, you probably wouldn't care about it as much because most of these YouTube channels are just fake AI uploading the videos. They aren't even real people. And they want you to click the button. They want you to subscribe to their channel. They want you to hit the like button so they can achieve monetization for false purposes and misleading people. So if you ever do find the video of the Mad Hatter, please don't watch it. If you ever find any video about Descendants that you're somewhat skeptical on, please don't watch it. I would much rather you subscribe to this YouTube channel because if you want to hear fun, insightful opinions, let me just say that, about Descendants and Zombies. You will not find insightful and fun opinions about Descendants and Zombies unlike you will find here on this YouTube channel. As far as I'm concerned, this is the best Descendants and Zombies themed YouTube channel on the internet. You guys obviously believe it, and from my heart to yours, from one heart to another, thank you so much for that. On my final night as a podcaster 7.5 years ago, I thought I had said everything that I could possibly have said as a professional wrestling podcaster and an entertainment analyst. And you guys, even though I didn't really have great promotion, still loved me then, and you still love me now, and I can't thank you enough for that. That was a long drive that night home, because I didn't know if I was ever going to come back. I had so much going on in my life. My mom had just passed away from cancer, 2 diagnoses with cancer. She was first diagnosed on October 31st, 2005, on Halloween night, one night to be diagnosed with cancer. She passed away. Then my dad passed away over 7 years after her, so they passed away within 8 years apart. And that tore the heart out of me. And then my sister endured a battle with cancer. That was agonizing enough. And through it all, each and every one of you were there with me, and you never quit on me. So over the years, after everything that I went through, I thought to myself, what could I create for each and every one of you who have supported me for the better part of the last 25 years, for those of you who are just finding my content. So I thought, why not create a Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel? Everybody's doing it, but they're not doing it right. That's the thing. And I can't thank you enough for supporting this YouTube channel and making it your favorite. Because I'm just a guy who shoots a podcast out of his bedroom. I've been shooting my podcast out of my parents' home ever since I could remember. I've only just recently shot my own podcast out of my own home, which is a beautiful location, beautiful landscape. I know I've said that this house is haunted. I still believe that it's haunted because things tend to go bump in the night here. But it is beautiful. When the sun sets, I love to record my podcast because, as you can see, the lights are on full blast. It really creates a beautiful fairy tale type feel. And if there's one message that I've always wanted to convey on this YouTube channel, out of every message that I could have ever conveyed on this YouTube channel, was that happily ever after does exist, and dreams do come true. As, unbelievable as that may seem to sound to a lot of people, and unrealistic, because a lot of people are told that dreams never do come true, and happily ever after does not exist. I also believe that the words "I love you" are never said enough. I say this in conversations to my friends all the time. I want to say that those words do exist. Happily ever after is indeed real, and there will be such things. There is a possibility stronger than ever, and more people should believe that we will get to Descendants 6 and even Zombies 5. You will never run out of supernatural creatures to talk about and introduce into a Zombies franchise. You will never run out of folk literature characters and fairy tale inspired characters to talk about and introduce into the Descendants franchise. I say this because where is Hercules? Where is Tinkerbell? Where are these characters that we grew up watching? I mean, that's what Descendants was created off of. The success of novels such as Alice in Wonderland. Back in the 1800s, I think Alice in Wonderland was released for the very first time. That was a long time ago, 1865. Where are characters from these fairy tales like Sleeping Beauty that have yet to make their introduction? Where are the fairies? I would love to see Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather make their introductions into Descendants. I would love to see Pinocchio make his highly anticipated debut in Descendants. I was a huge fan of all these characters. Again, going back to the study of folk literature that I did in high school. I was a nerd in high school. I took a lot of courses that a lot of guys wouldn't be caught dead studying. I took folk literature, I took theater arts, and if there were 4 people in the theater arts room, I was one of those guys. If there were 5 people on the drama club, I was one of those guys. I just had this unique ability and desire to want to entertain people. That's why there's a Stitch there in the background. He looks awfully comfortable tonight. He's always in a different position. I bought him for $50, and he settled in as soon as I brought him home. So did Sonic. Sonic never moves off of that game stand back there. I love putting money behind this YouTube channel. I love creating videos for each and every one of you. I don't see anything wrong with being a theater kid. I don't see anything wrong with joining the cheerleading squad. I don't see anything wrong with joining your high school band and trying out for Battle of the Bands. And that's what High School Musical has encouraged us to do ever since 2006. A movie that was believed to have started what was referred to as the Disney Channel Revolution. I read the other night, and look at how many opportunities Ashley Tisdale got because of that. The voice of Candace for Phineas and Ferb, Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure. And look at Kylie Cantrell's resume. Beautiful resume. High School Musical, the series on Disney+. Bizaardvark as the recurring role of Tessa. Jasmine on Raven's Home. It must have been such an honor to work with Raven because she was such a legend. She was also one of the co-hosts of The View. I started watching The View because of her, and after she left, I really didn't care about it. I just saw Ashley Tisdale the other day in The View. But Raven Simone, working with her must have been a true honor. I know that Ruby Rose Turner was tickled pink when she had the opportunity to meet Brandy for the first time and work with her on the set of Descendants, The Rise of Red. When they first met each other in the hallway, Ruby Rose Turner was at a loss for words. I think I would be too, because I saw the original 1997 remake of Cinderella with Brandy, and seeing her come back reprising her role was a huge honor. Seeing Rita Ora's The Queen of Hearts, as irritating as that was also a huge honor. I think The Queen of Hearts ultimately became everybody's favorite Disney villain to hate. Receiving a lot of criticism. I know a lot of people criticized The Rise of Red. Some people went on YouTube and had no business to criticize The Rise of Red for over 45 minutes, saying what they liked about the movie, what they didn't like about the movie, which is why I hope you guys revert to watching these videos instead of watching their videos, because some people do go as far as to criticize it for over 45 minutes. Let me just say this. If you're going to talk about Ruby Rose Turner, please leave Logan Paul out of the conversation. Logan Paul is a professional wrestler who should be focusing more on his wrestling career than criticizing celebrities such as Ruby Rose Turner, who is incredibly beautiful. I just want to put that out there. And Ryan McCartan has no business on the stage door offering you guys relationship advice with how he treated Dove Cameron. I never was a Ryan McCartan fan or supporter because of how he treated Dove Cameron. And that was one of the very first things that caught my eye about people like Ryan McCartan and Thomas Doherty. You know, they put themselves over as people who, you know, thought they knew how to treat women. But now, why are Dove Cameron and people like Kylie Cantrell more happier? Because they got away from people who were just control freaks. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to create these videos so that you guys would find something that you could appreciate. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I heard about how people were criticizing the Place TV music video. It was just a music video that was created to introduce us to the Daywalkers and the Nightwalkers and vampires and characters such as Nova in the Zombies franchise. They're just trying to secure the future of the Zombies franchise, which I find really cool. Why should we be criticizing fans of Zombies? Why should we be criticizing the stars of Zombies? These actresses in Zombies in particular are incredibly beautiful, unbelievably talented, and for characters that have limited acting experience, they have brought this franchise to life, presenting a Hannah Montana Camp Rock feel unlike anything that I have ever seen in my life. And I want to send a special shout out to the writers and producers of Zombies, especially Meg Donnelly and Milo Menon, who have done a fabulous job shooting this in the nighttime, the majority of the scenes, getting off set at 5 a.m. I don't know if they go to McDonald's or not for a Big Mac, because I know when I used to DJ years ago, going to McDonald's at 2 a.m. for a Big Mac after you get off shift was incredible, and especially after you'd hunt vampires in the nighttime after getting off your podcast, that was incredible. By the way, I still hunt vampires, which is why I want to put a special shout out to everybody producing Zombies. And Zombies 5, if that's what they're going to call it, I want to be a vampire slayer. I haven't slayed vampires since the 90s for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, when I used to hire a lot of extras to be on that show, and I would love the opportunity to get back into the swing of things. So if Zombies 5 wants a vampire slayer, I'm putting it out there that I'll do that, and I'll also open up the door of my home for the cast of Descendants to move in. I might have to go back to pro wrestling because of how Cody Rhodes wants Sabrina Carpenter on his podcast and kick his ass. So if I got to do that, they can move into my house while I'm wrestling to become WWE champion for at least a month. That will give them enough time, at least 1 to 3 months, to shoot Descendants, and they don't have to live out of a trailer. And I've also wanted the Descendants cast to live here because it's just incredibly beautiful here. It's an island. The scenery is just incredible. And if I become president of the United States, because Kylie Control can finally have a president that she can be proud of, I'll finance Descendants out of my own pocket. I will personally guarantee that Disney Plus will be mandatory in all homes across America for a cheaper price, if anything. Because the price of cable is absolutely ridiculous in digital cable and streaming services. I'll make Disney Plus mandatory for each and every one of you, and I'll give Kylie Control a president that she can finally be proud of, because Kylie Control's political point of view when it comes to Donald Trump is completely unnecessary. She's crying her eyes out every single night because her fans are criticizing her, and we don't need to be doing that. All we have to do is be praising up Ruby Rose Turner and Kylie Control for how dedicated they've been to each and every one of us as stars of Descendants. They gave up our lives. They gave up their lives to be stars of Descendants. They didn't give up their lives to be criticized or to be victimized by critics out there who have nothing else better to do, only criticize them. I know she was also the biggest Justin Bieber fan in the world, and I don't want Justin Bieber to take her to Best Buy and buy her a TV, and that's all he does for her. I want Ruby Rose Turner to have a better life and have more fan support than she's ever had. 1.5 million fans for her and Kylie Control are not enough. I know Kylie Control got over 500,000 views on her official YouTube channel, which, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to her YouTube channel, please do it. I should be promoting my own YouTube channel. I get it. But I want to promote Kylie Control's YouTube channel because her YouTube channel is cooler than mine. And you'd have to be absolutely crazy to subscribe to this YouTube channel. But if you would, take a minute to hit my subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Stop laughing. I'm a real loser. You know, you're talking to a guy that used to think that Spider-Man was real, and any given moment he was going to swing down from out of the sky and save my life. I would love to crash through a window with Spider-Man, man. Especially after seeing these visuals for Spider-Man Brand New Day, the upcoming Spider-Man live action. It looks amazing. I always wanted to promote that superheroes were real, in a real-world atmosphere. For those of you who were told that superheroes were never real, and that you weren't a true believer, I mean, those are lies. If you want to believe that superheroes are real, go for it. I was just talking to my best friend the other day, and he was saying how he watched the Lego Batman movie with Will Arnett as the voice of Batman, and how he loved the password of Batman's computer. Iron Man sucks, and he's like 35 years old. If he loves this password of Batman's computer, more power to him. If you guys think superheroes are real, more power to you. I've thought Spider-Man and Batman were real for forever, and Batman has no superpowers, and Batman pays no taxes. What's wrong with that? For years, I thought that I lived next door to a vampire, for God's sake. And I still do. You know, this is why I moved into this house, to, desert myself, remove myself from vampires. And I like to believe that I did that. There are still a lot of creepy people that live around me, but that doesn't mean I got to associate with them. I've moved away from all vampires. I haven't killed a vampire in what feels like forever, and I just want to kill a vampire. So if you guys can get me in as the vampire slayer that helps Meg Donnelly get Zed back from Nova, more power to you. I would love to do that. I fell in love with the Zombies franchise too because the theme of it was acceptance. The music was incredibly beautiful. I loved it ever since I saw the opening number. This is going to be my year, and it obviously was the year for football players and cheerleaders. And who out there wasn't inspired to become a cheerleader or football player? You know, yours truly was never ever inspired to be on a football team. I always had aspirations of being a pro wrestler. I never had the opportunity to do it. I did gain entry into the pro wrestling industry, and I had the honor and the privilege of interviewing over 1,000 wrestlers for over 20 years, and then I decided that I had to go home and spend time with my family because some stuff got in the way, and you guys brought me back from obscurity, from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for doing that. Because I may have to go back into the pro wrestling industry to save Sabrina Carpenter's career, I want to put it out there that the Descendants cast can come live in this house. I will pay for everything out of my own pocket, and we'll shoot Descendants 6 in my backyard. Come to think of it, not just Descendants 6. We'll keep the whole franchise going for each and every single person who hits my subscribe button and who believes in Descendants. See, that's what makes this YouTube channel different from every other YouTube channel. This YouTube channel actually inspires people to create their own YouTube. I've spent a lot of money on YouTube stuff over the last couple of months. $500 camera, LED strip lights cost me about $40-50. This new chair I've got behind me here cost me over $230 today. I bought it at Costco. I was so excited to hook it up. I think I had it all of 10 minutes today, and I unboxed the thing, and I thought it was going to be like 3 hours to set up. I set it up in like 10 minutes. I'm expecting it to fall apart at any given moment, but I love buying stuffies for the YouTube channel. I've got this 3-foot-tall Mickey behind me that sleeps over my head every single night. I'm absolutely crazy, and I haven't got any help for it yet, but I love being here for each and every one of you because I think there's just something really cool about having the opportunity to drive us side by side through a rabbit hole. I've always said that. I think there's something really cool about hunting vampires in the woods every single night and shooting scenes until 5 a.m. every morning. You know, years ago I used to DJ, and that's the closest thing that I've ever done to getting lost in the woods hunting vampires. I get off 5 a.m. every morning, the sun would be coming up, I'd be blitzed out of my mind after playing Werewolves in London, Ghostbusters at Halloween parties, and then you'd have Christmas parties, and they'd have the gift opening, and you wouldn't get anything because you don't qualify for the gift opening because you didn't work at a drugstore. Man, the coolest thing I ever did was create this YouTube channel. And the coolest feeling that I've ever had is knowing that I got almost like 3,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. So I'm hoping it not only gives me a cool feeling, but it also inspires you to either create your own YouTube or watch Descendants and Zombies if you haven't already. And I do want to put it out there that if you have never watched Descendants or Zombies, stop laughing. You probably should. I remember the premiere of Descendants 2 back in 2017 on the W Network, the Hallmark channel in the United States. And there was so much hype for that years ago. I was so honored to be a part of that. I was so honored to be watching it as one of the first viewers who had the opportunity to watch the premiere. The opening number, Ways to Be, was an incredibly beautiful number. Originally, this was supposed to be an action-adventure, kind of like a Johnny Depp kind of feel, as Captain Jack Sparrow. I guess they couldn't sign him for that. And then Kenny Ortega comes from out of nowhere. His history with High School Musical, Hocus Pocus. He's a legend in his own right, 74 years old. Incredible human being. And they turned it into an action-adventure musical, and it blew up on Disney Channel. As far as I'm concerned, if High School Musical is the one that started the revolution, Descendants definitely started its own revolution that we are all a part of. Let me put it this way over my podcast microphone. This is history, ladies and gentlemen, and we are all a part of it, and we are going to be a part of history that has yet to be witnessed. And if there ever was anything said on this podcast, we are all going to be a part of history that has yet to be witnessed, is something you should really run away with on this YouTube channel. Because no other YouTube creator out there is going to tell you that. They're just going to tell you, hit the subscribe button within the first minute to a minute and 30 seconds of the video, and that's it. And it's just AI telling you to do it. I'm telling you, we are going to be a part of history that has yet to be witnessed because we've still got a long way to go. To quote Uma in those very haunting words, you didn't really think this was the end of the story now, did you? Everybody may have got what they wanted, but one can't expect to mess with the fabric of time and get away with it and not expect consequences. I've always wanted the opportunity to go back in time, although I don't have instructions for building a time machine. I know I've been promising you guys I was going to build a roller coaster in my backyard. I'm still trying to look up a construction company and a contractor to build that and have legal rights to build it on my property. So that's kind of been put on hold and got really messed up. I've always wanted to pull a Phineas and Ferb. But the thing is, this is just incredible. This has been the most fun that I've ever had in my life. And if these videos make milk come out through all of your noses, I appreciate you so much. You will never live long enough to know how much I appreciate each and every one of you. How many times girls show up at my door dressed up as characters from Descendants on Halloween. I love that. I love seeing Quality Control being a part of the Thanksgiving Day parades in the United States. I love how we've got 43 arena scheduled for the stars of Descendants and Zombies, and how they're going to do mashups on stage for each and every one of you, kicking off in San Diego on, I believe, July 17th for over the course of 3 months. That's where the respect that I have for these stars really comes in. Because for 3 months, every single night of the summer up until the middle of September, my hat's off to each and every one of you. Bravo, guys, for that. You are beautiful, beautiful stars and beautiful souls for doing that. Because I know I wouldn't be able to do it. I know I put it out there that I want to be a star of Descendants for Zombies. And I still put it out there that I want to be a star of Descendants for Zombies because you guys deserve better. And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies for the better part of the last year and pretty much what feels like an eternity. I'll give you my word. I will do you the honor of giving you insightful and videos that you can look forward to in the way of opinions about Descendants and Zombies, because I've heard enough, and I've had it up to here with the critics out there. Logan Paul, he can take his YouTube show and go elsewhere. Ryan McCartan can take the stage door and go elsewhere. And anyone else that criticizes Descendants and Zombies can go elsewhere, because I will proudly take a bullet for each and every one of you every single time. Because if I've said it a million times, I can say it for 1,000,001 times. You guys deserve better than what you've been hearing about Descendants and Zombies. I will put it out there time and time again that every dream is a reality, every dream is possible, and I love Quality Control and Ruby Rose Turner because I do. They are human beings like each and every one of us. They deserve to be treated equally and fairly. And I'm going to do that for each and every one of you. And if not them, Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, whose friendship has been highlighted time and time again. There's obviously something in the water over there at Disney. I got to get myself over to Disney parks and drink out of the water. Because it's obviously inspiring a lot of beautiful friendships. I love that. I love the whole idea of how they've created friendships like Ashley Tisdale and Vanessa Hutchins, and now Dove Cameron and Sophia Carson, Quality Control and Ruby Rose Turner, Sabrina Carpenter and Rowan Blanchard have their own hashtag, Robrina. I mean, Sabrina Carpenter is the reason why I got to get back into the wrestling industry now. I don't want to have to do that, but if people keep saying they want Sabrina Carpenter on their podcast, especially pro wrestlers that I've worked with in the past, like the Rose family, I'm going to have to do that. So my house is open for anyone that wants to come here and shoot a Disney movie for Disney Channel or Disney Plus. Unreal. And then I've got all you guys with so many incredible talents. You're dancers, you're singers, you design your own Descendants art. It's absolutely fantastic, your own Descendants videos. You might not have a professional podcast like this one, but you do a great job, fabulous job. With your YouTube channels. I want to put it out there. I want to encourage you to keep doing that because it's beautiful artwork. I enjoy looking at every single one of you, even people that aren't subscribed to this YouTube channel, because you guys create fabulous art. You are so dedicated to what you believe in, and from my heart to yours, I can't thank you enough because it really brightens my day. Anytime I'm feeling down, I know somebody out there is going to hit the subscribe button. They're going to find this YouTube channel, and it's really going to make my day when I see my subscriber count go from 2,685 to 2,686, 2,687, and so on, because there's someone out there that loves Descendants and Zombies just as much as someone who may have previously subscribed to this YouTube channel, and I can't thank you enough. I know I come on here and I talk about hunting vampires in the nighttime, my DJ career and my radio career going astray, but, you know, and I've also been making a lot of mistakes in my life. Some mistakes I've apologized for publicly on this podcast. But we wouldn't be human if we all didn't make mistakes. And I regretted a lot of things that I did in my lifetime, but haven't we all? That doesn't make us any less of a person. But as far as I'm concerned, I've got the best fans in the world. And if you didn't hear me the first time, as far as I'm concerned, I've really got the best fans in the world, because you guys could be anywhere else tonight. But you're here on my podcast, listen to me hunting vampires, listen to me talking about Descendants. And I love you to death. I mean, Chloe Charming's personality was enough to fall in love with, is it not? The bubbly personality she has, the bubbly personality of Ruby Rose Turner. Man, I'm going to miss Ruby Rose Turner for the rest of my life. I might as well just give up on life now if Ruby's not coming back for Descendants. She was the inspiration of Descendants. If there ever was anybody to run away with from Descendants and hold by the hand and be inspired by, it was Ruby Rose Turner. Incredibly beautiful person, so full of heart and so full of life. I don't think there's ever been anybody on the Disney stage, production stage, more full of life than what Ruby Rose Turner ever is. Incredible person, incredible human being to know. And I can only imagine what sort of an honor and what kind of a feeling these stars like Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker had, having the opportunity to work with her, much less the stars of Coop and Cammy Asked the World, Orange is the New Black. So much courage from Ruby Rose Turner. I just want to put it out there, Rube, you are my favorite. I call her Rube because it's a nickname I put on her. Hopefully a lot of you will start calling her Rube. I don't know if that will become a hashtag or a trend on the internet, but I would love to go on social media and hear Ruby Rose Turner calling herself Rube, or fans calling her Rube, because she is just, she's a phenomenal human being. If there ever was anybody to be inspired by, it's definitely Ruby. Ruby, I'm going to miss you, man. Don't let Justin Bieber buy you a TV like he did for Hailey Bieber when she told him she didn't have one, and he was took advantage of. Please do not do that. I've got a TV here. You can come here and play PlayStation 5. We can shoot Descendants. You can be with your friends. Yeah. I'd love to see this franchise go on for forever. I really would. Because I know how much you guys appreciate this franchise and how much you've fallen in love with it. And I really would love to see this turned into a TV series called Ordon, or Descendants, a prequel to the Descendants franchises, respectively, if anything, focusing on Nell and Ben's journey to aspire other lands with Jay and Evie. That would be great. I mean, whatever happened to those guys when they left the Descendants franchise? They said they went on to distant lands. What kind of distant lands? Harry Potter distant lands? Where people, live with trolls and coexist with zombies and fly on broomsticks? We need to find out more. Come to think of it, I would love to fly on a broomstick. Where's my magic book? Guys, I've got this Descendants video to watch. I think you guys are really going to like it. I think they talk about their favorite moments from previous Descendants movies that were part of the franchise at one point or another. So what do you say we hit the subscribe button for those of you who haven't? I will play this video for you, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun doing it. I've just heard some creepy noises in my house. I'm going to have to go check that out. I always believed this house was haunted. But I'll go check that out while we watch this video together.
The whole Descendants franchise, what is your favorite song?
Oh, wait, including this movie?
Yeah.
Queen of Mean or Rotten to the Core?
I think Rotten to the Core.
Rotten to the Core is it's such a cult classic.
It really is.
The beginning of it too, where it's like...
Oh my gosh, you get so good.
I love it. And then what about from your movie, the one that's going to come out soon?
I feel like we need to do Life is Sweeter.
Life is Sweeter is also great.
Life is Sweeter is all about Life is Sweeter is so good.
Are you guys able to give us a little taste of Life is Sweeter?
Seeing things brightly when you take things a little more lightly. It's all gonna turn out nicely with just a taste of your heart. It's likely we'll fall into something spicy. Just mix it up, you'll keep finding that life is sweeter when you are.
I swear to God, the street that I live on is a ghost town. I never see anybody on the street after dusk. I've got street lights, but I don't ever see anybody walking the street. This is a ghost town. Either that or everybody's a zombie living inside their house. I'm the only guy that ever comes in and out of this house on this street. Perfect place to shoot zombies. And to make the issue even worse, I literally live 5 minutes out the road from a soda plantation for those of you who are new here. And of course we all know the synopsis of Zombies about how a soda plantation, if it explodes, we're going to be in dire straits. And I'm really screwed. Because I'm the only one that, as far as I know, that lives 5 minutes away from a soda plantation in real life. Meg Donnelly and Milo Menon have never hinted to the idea of them possibly living near a soda plantation. I don't know. They lived together at one point. I don't know. But I've always been convinced that this street is haunted. Either that or this house is haunted. I've never investigated it, but I do hear a lot of creepy things in the nighttime. But in all seriousness, I can never thank you guys enough for just being here and putting up with my silly videos. It's one thing to create these videos and not have anybody subscribing or not have anybody watching the videos, because that could be happening for me, but for some reason the YouTube algorithm can't get enough of these videos. Seemingly have fallen in love with these videos, and everybody loves this YouTube channel. And I have done my best to distribute content that you guys love that separates this YouTube channel from every other YouTube channel out there themed around Descendants for Zombies who do this same kind of thing. But as I've said here earlier previously, it is just AI. And you guys deserve better than that. So every single night on this podcast, I work diligently to have a podcast uploaded for you to YouTube and my archives every single morning by 8 a.m. And that is how much work ethic I put into this YouTube channel. I don't know if any of you watch these videos entirely. I don't even know if you guys love these videos, but obviously you do, because when the YouTube algorithm pushes it out there, because so many people like the video who have previously subscribed, they get loads of likes, loads of views. And I know a lot of you probably don't run your own professional podcast unless you're getting paid up in the thousands to do it. Here's the thing. I don't get paid anything to do these videos. I just upload a video with a thumbnail that's very different, and I hope you guys find it. I go away to Booster Juice. I've always been convinced that the guy running Booster Juice, his name is Booster. I've never met him. But I upload a video, and I go away to Booster Juice. I buy a fruit smoothie, and I come back on various days of the week, and I get 1,000 views. Thank you so much for that. And I'll let you know if the guy running Booster Juice, who owns it, is actually named Booster. I've contemplated that for forever. But literally everything is 5 minutes away from me. The mall, the movie theater, a perfect place to live. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be a part of all of your lives, either as you as an individual, you and your friends, or you and your family. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to be the voice of Descendants of Zombies for the better part of the last 10 years. It has been an honor and a privilege of mine to be here every single night for each and every one of you. So what do you say we go spread some kindness right about now? Bye, YouTube. We will do it again in a couple of days.